This is Les Schwab Tires Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by the U.S. Army.
And those sails from the Viking ship on the quad here on campus should give you an idea where we are. We are at the home of the Vikings, Kingsburg High School, against the Selma High School Bears tonight on Les Schwab Tires Friday Night Rivals. The pregame show is delivered by HR Mobile Services. Call HR Mobile Services for all your human resource needs. Good evening, everybody. Ralph Wood along with Cam Worrell. Glad you could join us tonight for this game. I mean, it's called Friday Night Rivals, and Selma, Kingsburg, Cam. This is a rivalry.
Yeah, this is one that both of these schools circle every single year. This is the one that they look forward to when they're in those hot summer days getting ready for the season. This is the premier game for both these schools.
Okay, let's talk about some of the key players, as you say them, in this game tonight.
Yeah, everybody saw it a couple weeks ago, right? My man, what's his name?
Big Play Blancas.
Big Play Blancas. 3 touchdowns against Kerman. An explosive athlete. He'll return it. He's out wide, singled up. If he is, he's very dangerous.
I mean, he was unbelievable. Also in the pass catching game with a couple of long bombs.
Yeah, he's going to be faster than just about everybody on the field. So when Selma has him in that situation, look for Big Play Blancas to get the football.
Talk about the defensive side now.
Yeah, you know, Aaron Moreno, who is a two-way player. He'll tote the rock a little bit. He's a physical runner, but he's one of those quarter safeties. So if you're running the ball, he's going to be down in the box making a tackle. If you're throwing the ball, he's going to be back in coverage. He's a very smart player. You see here, puts himself in perfect position, gets a pick for Selma.
Okay, let's talk about the Vikings now. They're 4-0, and tonight they have to go with a freshman quarterback because of injuries.
Yeah, undefeated coming into this game, and Max Workington came in last week, played well, but he's a freshman. In a rivalry game, you're asking a lot for a young kid, but he has a really legit skill set, and he can lead this Kingsburg offense tonight.
Tell me about your defensive player.
Yeah, on defense, we're looking at Blake Spomer. And Blake Spomer really is one of the best athletes on the field tonight. He'll run it. He'll catch it. He's a DB. He's physical. He's going to return it. He's a guy who is a big key in every phase of the game for the Kingsburg Vikings.
Emotional night for sure. It's senior night for the Vikings here. Talk a little bit about your keys to the game.
Yeah, keys to the game for Selma. Load the bases up, hit that grand slam. They run that wing T offense. We saw it against Kermit. If they can run it for 4 yards every play, they will. But if you leave Big Play Blancas singled up outside, they're going to take that shot. So that's the key. Load that box, take your one-on-ones with the Big Play Blancas.
Yeah, and Blancas has been the guy. Beware of Blancas.
Kingsburg has to beware of him. Selma's going to try to get those safeties to cheat up. They're going to try to get that one-on-one matchup with Blancas. So you have to know, as a defense, where number 10 is every single rep and make sure you account for him. Because if you don't, he can beat you by himself.
We're ready for another Friday night of fun and football coming up to the kickoff between the Vikings and the Bears. 2,260-some miles to New Orleans. We'll see us at the train station tomorrow.
Let's start pumping right now.
Welcome back to Kingsburg. That's train station depot built in 1875. This was originally known as Kings River Switch. And I'm told that residents of Kingsburg took the train for work out of town, down in Southern California. First quarter is sponsored by Bowman & Associates Insurance Agency. Selma will be kicking off. Let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin?
FNR. Football. Fire. Fire extinguisher. You know what time it is. This is Friday night. Score!
Kevin Miller throughout this broadcast, down on the sidelines for us. The return out to the 36-yard line. That's where the Vikings will take over. And that freshman quarterback, number 18, Max Workington,
Yeah, the good thing for Max tonight is Selma's pretty straightforward. They're going to play quarters. You're going to be singled up on the perimeter. If you're running it a lot or you're packing the box, those safeties are going to come down and they're going to play tight to the line of scrimmage. So he should be able to identify what he's looking at defensively pre-snap.
Going to be faced with a 1st and 5 now.
Encroachment on the defense.
That penalty.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Flag on the play is sponsored by Reedley College, celebrating 95 years of student success.
Last time we had Selma, they kicked the opening kickoff out of bounds. This time, first snap, jump off. Matt Logue already upset. I feel for him.
Didn't slow down the Bears last time.
It did not.
And now there's another flag on the play, sponsored by Reedley College. Back the other way.
Got dead ball. Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Little rivalry game jitters, maybe. Guys ready to go.
Yeah, and 2 plays by the officials already.
Making their presence known early.
Getting warmed up, that's right. Up, and there we go again. Here comes another flag.
This is an adjustment for everybody on this Kingsburg
Dead
offense.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's the 3rd quarterback they've had. This is their 5th game. Every cadence is different. Every voice is different. So everybody on this offense is trying to adjust to what Max Workington sounds like, what his cadence is.
He was probably feeling good when it was 1st and 5. Now he hasn't been able to do anything, and it's 1st and 15. And they're pointing fingers again. Another flag on the play, sponsored by Reedley College, celebrating 95 years of student success.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And now 1st and 20. Chuck Calvert is our referee tonight. Carlos Torres then is the umpire. Isaiah Lopez, the head linesman. Line judge Scott Hammock. The back judge is Troy Rogers. I don't know if I've ever seen a game where the first 4 plays drew penalties. Breaking loose is Michael Spomer. Nearly picks up the first down.
We picked up 18. He thought he had a first down, but hey, you jump off 3 times, run a little wildcat. Micah Spomer, his brother Blake Spomer, 2 real big weapons on this offense. Kingsburg finds a hole. He hits it. Now let's see if we can pick up a first down on 2nd and short.
On 2nd and short, Spomer got the direct snap. He kept it, picks up the first down across the 45 to about the 47.
You know, this is something that we'll see. And when you use quarterback run, you have an extra blocker. Now your tailback is blocking, and you have an extra body in the box. All you have to do is put that head down, pick up a couple more yards. Real physical finish to that run by Michael Spomer.
1st and 10, brought to you by College of the Sequoias. First pass thrown downfield and overthrown. Inside the 30, that was intended for Connor McFall. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a couple physical runs by Spomer, and then you put your freshman quarterback back in Workington, and you can see he has a good arm. He can make a lot of throws in this offense, and I like the take a shot on 1st and 10, getting your young quarterback in, trying to get him into rhythm.
Keep it on the ground. Spomer, nothing there. May have lost a yard back to the 46. Check that. It's Jackson. Trace Jackson, the ball carrier.
A lot of pre-snap movement from this Kingsburg offense. You know, you're trying to see if you can get a numbers advantage somewhere by moving guys around. Selma's so balanced defensively. They're usually split safety, so it's easy for them to adjust to that motion. That time we saw no need to move. Defensive line getting some penetration and getting a tackle for loss.
3rd and long. Pass is incomplete. Looks like it was intended again for Connor McFall. Just beyond his reach. 4th down. The Vikings will have to punt. So the quarterback get the jitters out, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Get him outside the pocket. This was a pass that was just a little bit off. He's moving to his right. Didn't really set himself and just sailed that one a little bit wide. But we can see, he was moving. Workington was moving. Put a little zip on the football. He has the ability to do some damage with his arm. We can tell he's just got to get a little bit more comfortable in this game.
And there he is, Aaron Big Play Blancas dropping back to receive the punt. Not going to get him a chance to return it. That punt out of bounds. And they'll spot it at the 35.
I wouldn't kick to him all night, honestly. No. Don't give him don't give him the chance. You know what he can do. He's probably faster than everybody except for maybe Blake Spomer on the football field. I'm kicking away from Big Play all night long.
Selma lost to Bullard 46-31, then beat Kerman 42-13 in a game we had, and then beat Dinuba 50-7. So Bears are 2-1. Aaron Oliveira is the ball carrier.
And, they lost to a good Bullard team. We saw Bullard last week against Memorial. They were a little bit outmatched physically and with some weapons, but they play hard. They play sound defensively. They're a tough team to beat. I'm excited about this matchup. These are two really high-quality, Division III football teams, and Friday night rivals. Got to have a rivalry game.
Joey Ramirez, the quarterback. Hands it off across the 40 to about the 42. That's Delgado. Duran Delgado, he's a junior.
Just a little down play. You're moving the defensive line down. That tight fullback is just going to work his way right off the back side of that the end of the line of scrimmage offensive lineman, just trying to pick up 4 or 5 yards to set yourself up on a 3rd and short.
Yeah, 3rd and about 2. They give it to him again, and I think he has the first down as he got across the 45. And it is another Giant 1st and 10, brought to you by College of the Sequoias. Join the Giant family today by visiting cos.edu. The pitch to the outside and run out of bounds is Aaron Oliveras.
Pretty clear early what Selma wants to do. We talked about it pregame, right? Load the bases up. Make Kingsburg adjust to this box that is packed with 10 or 11 players, within 10 yards of each other. Make them adjust, and then get your weapons freed up outside. But if you don't stop this from Selma, they will do this all 4 quarters.
Fake to Oliveras to get the receiver coming around. And a short gain, maybe 2 yards. Aaron Moreno, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Micah Spomer coming up, making a physical tackle. Kingsburg, just like Selma, pretty balanced defensively, very sound in their technique. They're not going to beat themselves. If you're going to run this wing tee all night long, this Kingsburg defense is going to make it very difficult for you to operate.
3rd and about 6. Blancas took the direct snap, following a blocker very close to the first down marker. Going to be about a yard short. Boy, I don't know. He's right on it, isn't he?
Yeah, I think they gave it to him. Got a pretty favorable spot, but once again, a little wildcat with Blancas at the quarterback spot. Has a blocker out in front of him. Moreno had Aaron Oliveras blocking for him as well. Just a numbers advantage, getting your athlete behind couple guys in front of him, and he was able to just pick up that first down.
A Giant first down brought to you by College of the Sequoias. Join the Giant family today. Visit cos.edu. And keeping it on the ground. This time we're coming to the near side. And a pickup of close to 10 yards on that play by Delgado. We'll check that. Oliveras. You can't say give the ball to Aaron with these guys because there's Aaron Blanco, Aaron Oliveras, Aaron Moreno.
Yeah, and they're all going to get it, so you can't mix them up. But this is the first time we saw Kingsburg adjust to big play Blancas outside. They put a safety over the top of him. They put a cornerback tight on him. Gave Selma some space to pick up 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1. The pitch to Oliveras has the first down. He's taken down at around the 30.
Just execution. Little toss play with the lead blocker in front of him. You're pulling a guard to get out in front, and Oliveras is able to finish that run physically. This is, we talked about, this is Selma's DNA. Pound them, pound them, pound them, move the chains, control the tempo of the game, try to put the ball in the end zone.
The pass, 2 defenders down there. It was caught, but incomplete, out of bounds. I was going to say, how did he catch that? But then I realized who it was. And big play. Blancas is trying to make another big play.
Yeah, hey, Kingsburg has made the decision. We are not going to leave Aaron Blancas singled up on the perimeter. Even though Micah Spomer is an athlete, we've seen him in tight coverage all night long, but they're not going to give him the ability. One thing we're not going to do is let number 10 beat us defensively. If you want to run it down the field and execute, cool, but we are going to put another guy over the top of that weapon.
Going to throw again. Nobody open. Heaves it to the end zone, incomplete. The receiver fell down, and it'll be a 3rd down. So Spomer, that one of those two-way guys, offense and defense.
Yeah, a lot of those guys tonight. A lot of, I mean, at this level.
Right after the game, stay tuned for Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's coming up on the CW 59.
You know, this is not a definite passing situation for the Selma offense. 3rd and 10, you can still run it, pick up half. This is 4-down territory. You probably don't have a field goal kicker that you're comfortable kicking from this distance. So still the entire playbook is open for Selma offensively.
I was about to say, when they just run, it's bang, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, a 70-yard pass.
Right.
They were kind of trying to go deep on that one after just the bang, bang, bang plays.
Yeah, and Kingsburg has, like, they're ready. They are well coached too. David Wilson has them ready to roll. Good start to the game for them.
Timeout. We'll be right back after this. We're back with the 3rd and 10 for the Selma Bears in this scoreless game. Ramirez still has it. Fires the pass. Has it complete. Should be good enough for the first down as he connects with Aaron Moreno.
Nice little play action fake. Pause by Ramirez, turned around, knew exactly where Moreno was going to be, right at the sticks. A very nice route, precise route, right at the sideline to move the chains and keep the Selma offense on the football field.
Another Giant 1st and 10 brought to you by College of the Sequoias. Join the Giant family today by visiting cos.edu. So this drive has penetrated the Toyota red zone. Tried the inside handoff there that time to Oliveras. Not much there.
Tried to run a little counter, but this is Kingsburg defense. They understand this offense. This is a rivalry game every year. They play each other every year. They understand all of the nuances of this wing tee. They see that guard pull with that counter action, and you trigger on that guard and make a tackle. Well defensed play.
Second and 10. Oliveros trying to pick his way through the defenders. Gained about 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Nice patient run by Oliveros there. A couple blockers out in front of him. Just gets himself in behind a couple of bodies and gives Selma a nice 3rd and 5.
You can live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno to vote on the player of the game, brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Well, 3rd down thunder bringing some Pat Hill Fresno State days back. I love it.
Yeah, pretty good representation of fans here for this great rivalry. We're going to throw on 3rd. Right into the arms of the defender, and it's coming back the other way. Picked off, taken out of the end zone by Andre Castellanos. Out across the 40, close to the 45. So a turnover early. The Vikings defense comes up with the ball for the offense.
Yeah, tried to run that same route that they ran to pick up the 3rd down. The throw to Moreno on the sticks this time, and Moreno was covered. So Ramirez tries to hit Blancas in the end zone, but a little bit of pressure and threw that one off his back foot. Just, you know, if Castellanos was sitting there waiting for that one, if you're Ramirez, hey, just avoid the sack if you can. Get rid of the football. Don't make a mistake, because you still have the opportunity to get points on this drive. But well defense play by Kingsburg. They've been in position almost all night long, and first mistake of the game from the Selma quarterback.
I remember listening to that call. Ball was placed at the 20-yard line. And breaking into the secondary, and now wide open is Trace Jackson. Can anybody catch him? Midfield. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. 80 yards on the touchdown run. Trace Jackson.
Trace Jackson, just enough wheels to get it done, and this happened right at the line of scrimmage. A couple of down blocks and a missed tackle right on the edge by Aaron Oliveros, and Trace Jackson's off to the races. You know you can run if big play Blancas can't catch it. Almost got him, but physical finish to that run. One missed tackle, and Jackson takes it the distance. Big time play for this Kingsburg offense.
Touchdown is sponsored by Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop. Daniel Ortega puts the extra point through, and it's the Vikings who strike like lightning. 80 yards on the touchdown run by Trace Jackson. And the celebration. He's just a sophomore on senior night making a big play.
You can play everything well defensively. You can put all the pieces in place. You can play your assignment to perfection, but then you just have to execute. And that time Kingsburg was able to get a one-on-one, and their guy won that one-on-one matchup. Sometimes that's all it takes. You win one-on-one matchup and you get a big play. It's exactly what happened for Kingsburg. One missed tackle, and Trace Jackson was able to do the rest off of a turnover. Big play defensively, leading to a big play offensively, and Kingsburg is up 7-0.
I was just about to point that out. I mean, you're threatening to score. If you're Selma, you throw an interception in the end zone, they bring it out, and then the next play, 80 yards to the other end zone.
Yes, you know, Selma's trying to put their stamp on the game early, right? They want to control the tempo. They want to run that clock. They want to physically pound the ball down the field, and then Kingsburg turns them over and is able to pop one right on the very next series.
Stay tuned for the halftime show, brought to you by Xfinity. Kickoff taken along the ground. And it's Blancas. He'll be taken down inside the 10, where he went to get it, couldn't pick it up, dropped it, got it back, and then the defenders were there.
Yeah, tough. that kickoff return, they're expecting some sort of timing. You received the football, and there's some relationship between the blockers and the ball carrier. That time took Blancas so long just to secure that football. No chance for those blocks to stay in front of him, and Selma has to start inside their own 10-yard line.
Bears will get it going from the 7. The pitch, this is Olivares over the far side. Close to the 10, they'll spot it just inside the 9. Let's go back downstairs to Kevin Miller.
There's some notable rivalry trophies. The boot, little brown jug, even the milk can. They all pale in comparison to the fire extinguisher. Right, Doug Davis?
You bet, buddy.
Hey, Doug Davis, activities director, and back in the day, QB1 of the 1979 JV team.
That's right.
And that's
9-1 JV.
9-1. Let's not mistake that. And that's where this all went down. Share with us about the inception of the fire extinguisher.
Hey, the middle of the Selma-Kingsburg game, the JV game, a fire broke out on the north end of the stadium. A power line was arcing through a tree, and we didn't know what to do, so we stopped the game for maybe a minute. The referee looked at us, looked at our coaches, and the fire truck barreled through, and we played on. So the rule is the rivalry happens no matter what.
No matter what.
There's fire burning down the stadium, we're still playing this game.
Just like the show must go on, the game must go on, especially the rivalry game. And then the athletic boosters from both communities said, we got to make a trophy.
Yeah, in the early 80s, the athletic boosters got together and they said, we got to have, the rivalry's too big, and everybody had some sort of memento. And they said, hey, it's going to always go on no matter what. And so they came up with this, and it's a beat-up old bronze.
Vintage.
Oh, and you look at it, it's dirty. It's just like the game, man. It's just, it's a great trophy.
Grinding, we appreciate that, Doug. And, of course, the motto is, even if the stadium is burning down, nothing will stop the rivalry between Kingsburg and Selma. To the victor goes the spoils. And after that touchdown, this better be operational because Kingsburg is on fire. Cam, Ralph, back to you. Lit.
Thank you, fellas. And I may be qualified to check and make sure that that fire extinguisher is operative, because I was telling Cam earlier, I actually worked on those as a summer job, my first job as a kid, as a teenager. And that was our job, was to recharge those old soda acid fire extinguishers on the docks down in Los Angeles Harbor in San Pedro.
I hope a fire never broke out, because I don't know how effective those would be.
About a squirt gun. But you always saw something interesting down there working around the docks. Well, I made a lot of movies while we were down there, so you just kind of sit around and watch that.
Not a bad
Very
first
interesting
job, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Saw Rock Hudson jump off the dock into the ocean for a TV show he was doing.
Oh, wow.
That just, I thought, stuntman? Rock Hudson, what are you doing?
This is not where Selma wants to be. First and 20. They pick up positive yardage, but holding penalty takes them back. And, that's Kingsburg pretty aggressive on the defensive line early. They're forcing some mistakes by the Selma front.
On the first and long, just not much there. Ramirez trying to get what he can, but what's that thing? The box
count.
Box count.
Box
count is against them right now.
And Kingsburg they've done a really good job. They are not giving up that box count, but they're still accounting for Aaron Blancas. That's the key to this game. Don't force Selma into you creating a one-on-one matchup with Aaron Blancas, because you're going to lose that. Kingsburg has done that tonight. They've accounted for the run, and they've put an extra body over number 10.
Looking for Blancas now, but he's not open, so he's going to have to run. Gets out across the 20.
Tough sledding, well covered. Once again, Micah Spomer out wide. You had Castellanos over the top, and nobody open. Ramirez takes off and gets chased down from behind, but This is a manageable third down. 2nd and long, pick up some positive yardage to give yourself a manageable third down. That's what Selma was able to do.
3rd and about 6. Time has run out on this first quarter. Kingsburg, with that one explosive play, an 80-yard touchdown run, has a 7-0 lead. The first quarter has been sponsored by Bowman and Associates Insurance Agency. We'll be back with quarter number 2 after this. Pat, you know where we are. Kingsburg, the Swedish coffee pot, the 3 Crowns or Tre Kronor fountain, the Dollar Horse, Valkommen. Kingsburg, downtown, they're having a hot rod show, car show this weekend. A lot of great cars. They're expecting a very busy day tomorrow on Saturday. The second quarter is brought to you by Lithia Subaru, committed to excellence. Great town, Kingsburg. My grandmother grew up here before moving to Southern California. She told me they used to cart peaches to Selma on a horse-drawn cart. Blancas, the ball carrier, and a flag comes in. Flag on the play, sponsored by Reedley College, celebrating 95 years of student success. Here's Chuck Calvert.
Probably a hold.
Block in the back on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Some blocking infraction when you're in tight in the line of scrimmage like that. Your running back doesn't have anywhere to go. It was really sharp start for this Kingsburg defense. Gave up some yards on that first drive, but got the turnover, and they've been really stout. As I said, it's really tough to account for a weapon like Blancas and also defend this wing T offense. They have done a very solid job early in this football game of doing both of those, which, hey, you have to do those to slow the Selma offense down.
Punt is away. Bounces out of bounds at the 37. And that's where Kingsburg will take over, leading 7-0.
Nightmares of a Viking horn like that. Every time the Minnesota Vikings pick up a first down in the, well, what used to be the Metrodome, now I think with TNC Stadium, they play that Viking, and it is loud. It's a lot louder than they're playing in here at Kingsburg. Heard that quite a bit when they had old Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss running that offense.
Yeah, fans, in case you don't know, Cam was playing for the Chicago Bears at the time. Huge rival of the Minnesota Vikings.
Fun atmosphere, though.
Workington going to keep it himself and lose about a yard.
Well defensed on first down, just trying to pick up some positive yardage with the quarterback run game, put an extra guy in front of the QB, but well defensed by Selma.
Actually, they've got Spomer back there at quarterback. The handoff to the motion man, gets it out to the 40-yard line. Daniel Ortega, a junior.
Long developing play, but sets Kingsburg up with about a 3rd and 7. Well played by Selma. We saw Selma defensively against Kerman. If you're trying to run laterally against the Selma defense, it's going to be pretty tough to pick up yards. Now Kingsburg, they have a decision. Is Workington going to get back at quarterback? Is he going to throw the football? Do we feel confident enough with Spomer running that Wildcat? The 3rd and 7, probably a little bit too long to keep Spomer back at the QB spot.
Yeah, Workington is in there now, and this play is taking a long time to get in. Gets it off, and he's going to throw to the far sideline. Has a receiver out there, overthrown. It was intended for Spomer, who had a step.
Yeah, he did. He just kind of turned to the line of scrimmage real quickly and then hit the boosters. And, hey, if you have a flat-footed cornerback and you are faster than that flat-footed quarterback, that receiver is going to win that race. Workington just a little more patience. Take a half a second longer to deliver that football, and I think Spomer's celebrating in the end zone right now.
Freshman has a pretty good arm.
Yeah, he does. You know, he really does. And he looks calm. He doesn't look overwhelmed by the moment.
Vikings kick it away. Blancas takes it at the 30. Makes a couple of moves. Gets out across the 40 to about the 41. What really stood out for me was when we were doing your pregame and we showed Max Workington in the graphic on the bottom. You say freshman, it's one thing, but when it says grade 9, when I was in junior high, that was considered junior high school back in the day in Southern California. 7, 8, 9 was all junior high.
Yeah, that's a big difference. 9 to 12 in, you know, a teenage male's life. You know, there's a lot of development that goes on. So just to take the field as a 9th grader at the varsity level is saying something. But being in control of an offense, you know, just executing that is very impressive.
First time we've seen Dominic Gonzalez carry the ball. Fans, you can watch a replay of tonight's game. Just head over to YouTube and search for Friday Night Rivals on CW59. Click on the FNR logo. Tonight's game will be available early next week. About a 2-yard gain for Gonzalez. First guy through. Out across the 45 to about the 47. Oliveris getting a lot of calls.
Yeah, this Kingsburg defense, they're challenging Selma. They're saying we're going to take a guy out of the box. We're going to put Spomer. He's going to follow Blancas all over the football field. We're going to put Castellanos over the top of them. And we're still going to be able to defend your run game. And so far, outside of that one drive where Selma had success, Kingsburg has been very stout against this wing T run game.
Going to throw for Blancas again. Double coverage down there. The collision, the ball was knocked away incomplete.
That's tough. You know, Castellanos is not playing in the middle of the field. He's playing on the hash. So he's playing like a cover 2 safety. He's over the top of Blancas. Castellanos is going to be deep. Spomer is going to play a press cover on Blancas. So you're going to have to be 2 guys. And Blancas can do it, but you can't just drop back and try to launch one up like that. Castellanos is going to be there to make a play on the football, and Spomer is going to be there to make it a difficult catch. Very impressed with the approach of this Kingsburg defense to try to slow down Selma offensively.
Selma's been kicking the ball away from the Vikings. And again, another one out of bounds. This one by Blancas at the 30. And there's your favorite sound.
Man.
You start to feel the adrenaline pumping when you hear that?
I do, because that place was about as loud as any stadium I've ever played in. Kansas City, Seattle, Wisconsin until we shut them up in 01, and then that old Metrodome, man, they used to get it rocking.
Well, at least it was covered.
Very true.
I suffered through a lot of years when the Rams were in the playoffs back in Minnesota. Oh, big hit. Put on at the 30.
Okay, maybe that gets Selma jacked up because, you know, they have not played with the same energy tonight as we saw them 2 weeks ago against Kerman. And John Ambrose just made himself known. I heard it from up here. I mean, that was come downhill and make an impact play. Decleater by John Ambrose.
Ambrose, a senior, 6 foot 230, and he brought it all on that play.
Man.
That's when the running back says that hole closed in a hurry.
Right. Where did that truck come from? I didn't see it.
It's 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. And timeout taken by Kingsburg. Again, it was taking a long time to get that play taken care of, so they called a timeout.
Yeah, trying to move a few guys around. You know, they're calling a few things from the sideline, seeing what Selma is lining up in defensively, and then trying to make a check. But, you know, when you make a check, multiple guys have to move. One, it just takes a little bit of time for them to get in place. But two, your freshman quarterback has to evaluate everything that you're telling him pre-snap. Very tough.
All right, they're taking a timeout, so we'll step aside as well. 7-0, Kingsburg leading Selma. Welcome back. 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. Kingsburg with the football. They ran a couple of plays while we were in that break and moved the ball. It was Blake Spomer with the first run to the far sideline, picking up a first down.
Ambrose delivering a hit again, too. And he closed quickly.
So now it's a 1st and 10 from the 47 of Selma. Kingsburg trying to add to that 7-0 lead. Four receivers in there now. This is Spomer for no gain. Just so you don't miss anything, this is Trace Jackson on the second play that they ran during our commercial.
It's a physical run, man. He went 80 and then finished a run like that. It's a big-time weapon in the backfield for Kingsburg Vikings.
Workington to Spomer, but he was sniffed out defensively, and there was nothing there. Blancas, the defender, on the hit and the tackle.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time to develop, and Blancas saw that little rocket screen or that little bubble screen and was able to trigger, beat a block, and was able to make a tackle in the backfield. You know, those blocks on the perimeter, when you're going to run that bubble screen action, you have to block the guy in front of you. Unfortunately, Blancas, a little too quick, beats a block and is able to make a tackle for loss.
Third down, keep it on the ground to Jackson. This time he's dropped for a loss of another yard. So it'll be 4th and long, and you'd expect Kingsburg to kick it away with 5:02 to go. Live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno to vote on the player of the game. It's brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Kingsburg punt from midfield. Don't punt it to number 10. Just keep the ball away from him. You've done a good job defensively. You've kept this Selma offense in check. Don't give Selma and Blancas the opportunity to make a big play in the kicking game.
Especially in a 7-point game. But they've been kicking the ball away from him. Out of bounds every time, and there goes another one inside the 20. Good kick. Spotted at about the 17.
Very good kick. I mean, you'll give up some yardage if you're Kingsburg to keep the ball out of Blancas' hands, but that was a good kick, covered some distance, and stayed away from number 10. I've said it a couple times, but very impressed with Kingsburg's preparation coming into this game. They understand where the weapons are. They have a good plan to defend those weapons, and they're executing that plan very, very well in this first half.
So let's see if Selma gets anything going here in the last 4.5 minutes before halftime. Short gain for Oliveras.
You know, Selma's seen now how Kingsburg is defending number 10, how they're defending Blancas. They're putting two guys over him. not just over him, but taking Castellanos out of the middle of the field. So try to use that to your advantage. Try to find some space in the intermediate area in front of Castellanos and run some route combinations to try to open up some space in the middle of this Kingsburg pass defense.
Get the feeling they're hoping that they can break something like they did a couple weeks ago when all of a sudden something popped long and the running back or the receiver was wide open. And in those cases, Blancas was wide open.
Yeah, you know, they got the one-on-one matchup with Blancas against Kermit, and Kingsburg has decided, and it's a very good, it's what I would do too. Number 10 is not going to beat me. You might beat me tonight, but it's not going to be because number 10 beats us. So we are going to account for him, and we talked about it before the game. Beware of Blancas if you're Kingsburg, and it's exactly what they've done. Now Selma has to find an answer. What do you move to next? How do you find an opening in the pass game? Because Kingsburg has figured out and they understand how to defend this wing T offense.
Timeout taken by Selma. One to talk this over with 2:57 to go. SmileCam is sponsored by Toyota. Good to have some members of the band here.
It's hard to smile when you're playing like the clarinet and flute.
Boy, and they're doing it wearing masks.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's tough. The eyes are smiling though, right? That's what we determined this spring season. The eyes are smiling. Big third down. Kingsburg, they get the ball coming out in the second half. They have the ability to stop Selma inside their own 25-yard line, get the ball back probably around midfield, and you know you have 240 or so to try to make something happen. So you can score at the end of the first half and get the ball back to begin the second half. It's a big opportunity for Kingsburg.
Going to keep it on the ground. Olivares lowers his head, breaks the tackle, and picks up the first down as he gets across the 30.
Man, took a little bit of time to develop. He's trying to get to the perimeter. He's able to get there with a couple guys in front of him. I thought he was going to be tackled, you know, before he got to this first down marker, but puts his head down, breaks a couple of tackles, finishes that run physically, and is able to keep this Selma offense on the football field.
It's another Giant First and 10 brought to you by College of the Sequoias. Join the Giant family by visiting cos.edu. Looking deep again for the receiver, and it's incomplete. Intended for Aaron Moreno. Right after the game, stay tuned for Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's coming up on the CW 59.
And there's an answer from Selma, right? We know Blancas is going to be double covered, so they try to slip Moreno out from that wing spot and run down the seam. But Blake Spomer, who probably the best athlete on the field, can run with anybody, running step for step with Moreno. Well defense play, but like the thought process from Selma, try to find somebody else in the middle of that Kingsburg pass defense.
Second down, another throw again into traffic. And incomplete. Two receivers in the same area out there.
Yeah, not ideal to have two guys running right in the same area of the field, because then you attract that defensive attention. This is the second time Blake Spomer has made a good play on the football, just hasn't been able to bring this one in. I thought this was going the other way. Once again, though, Kingsburg understanding where they're going to be attacked and putting bodies in place to deny that throw.
Yeah, they almost had enough guys out there for a card game.
And another third down. 3rd and 10. This is not 4-down territory. So, you know, hey, take care of Blancas. Make them go to something else. If you're Selma, you have to try and find somebody to move the chains.
Well, there was motion in the backfield before that snap, but it'll stand. And now it's 4th down, and they'll punt it away. Stay tuned for the Xfinity halftime show featuring the Educator Spotlight. Low snap. Blancas, the left-footed kick, will be deadened at the 31-yard line with 1:33 to go before halftime. A defensive matchup. Just the one big play and 80-yard touchdown run by Trace Jackson for the only points of this game.
Yeah, otherwise it's been a well-played defensive football game. You know, both defenses understanding how they're going to be attacked, and it's one thing to understand it, but it's another to execute it. And both, outside of one big play from Kingsburg, both defenses have been very sound tonight. Not sure how aggressive Kingsburg is going to be with their freshman quarterback on their own 30-yard line, just 1:33 left. But, hey, we've seen that he can throw the football. Maybe they take a shot and try to hit one of these athletes in space and let them go to work.
Boy, he is going to throw on 1st down. The slant in and out of the hands of Spomer, who might have gone a long way if he'd been able to secure that.
Man, he was thinking about going all the way before he secured that. That's why he wasn't able to bring that one in. But a good job by Blancas getting there, getting a hand around the football, making it at least a tough catch for Micah Spomer, and was able to force that incompletion.
1:29 to go now before halftime. Spomer thinking, I'll get another chance sometime in this game. Now the Vikings are going to keep it on the ground. Gain of about 2.
Yeah, that's the, let's see what we can do on 1st down. Oh, incompletion. Okay, let's just run the ball in 2nd. Let's run the ball in 3rd, and let's get out of here, get to halftime, make some adjustments, and we know we get the ball coming out to start the 2nd half. So let's get in there, talk it over, and come out ready to go for the 2nd.
Handoff to Trace Jackson, who has the touchdown. Stopped at the 35. And Selma will take a timeout here with 23.3 seconds to go.
Got to make them punt. Got to make them execute that punt. Don't give them freebie. Make it tough, and maybe, just maybe, Blancas can get the ball in space and try to go to work.
Well, we've seen what he can do, and obviously Kingsburg saw what he could do too, and the Vikings have had a game plan for him.
They were watching that game a couple weeks ago against Kermit. You know, they know how Selma was going to try to attack them with number 10. They have a really good game plan for that, and we've seen now some adjustments from Selma. Now they're trying to run some different route combinations to get some other guys free in the secondary and make some plays, but Kingsburg has done a really good job defending really everything in the passing game, in the run game. Everything Selma has tried to go to tonight, Kingsburg has had an answer.
Blancas is one of the Bears dropping deep, and he'd be smart to camp near the sideline because that's where most of these kicks are going. And they'll kick to the other side of the field. Out of bounds at the 45.
That almost caught a cheerleader too. Almost. Good game plan though. Kick the ball out of bounds. I'll give you good field position. I'm not going to let your weapons beat us. And
yeah, not only kick it out of bounds, but make sure it's on the other side of the field from where Blancas is.
Right. No opportunity at all for him to touch the football.
So 18 seconds to go before halftime. Blancas is going to let one fly as he's in at quarterback. A flag flies in the defensive secondary and the offensive backfield. So we have 2 penalties.
The rare late hit on the quarterback pass interference call. I'm not really sure how this one's going to work out. Both during the play, so I imagine first and 10 to 15-yard penalty for Selma. They're on the Kingsburg side of the field, and if you have a quarterback that can make that throw, maybe one throw out, get out of bounds, and try to throw a Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer on the defense. I got pass interference on the defense. That penalty is accepted. 15 yards, first down.
The flags on the play, sponsored by Reedley College, celebrating 95 years of student success. So now, if you're Selma, you can take a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
I think that's the most penalties we've had in a half this season.
Blancas trying to buy some time. Now he's got some room down the near sideline, and here he goes. Knocked down at about the 20, and still time for one more play. Well, he is dangerous, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he has some real serious acceleration. See if they can get this play done. Nope.
Well, let's see. That was close. He tried to deaden it.
Yeah, they weren't going to be able to ground that ball to save 2.7 seconds in Kingsbury. They were not going to let that happen. They're trying to. Oh, they're holding. They holding.
Yeah, let's see. They got one more play. One more play.
Kingsbury fans are not happy about that, but that's the right call. I think they rolled it a little bit early, and that clock ran out. Selma should have one opportunity to run one play. There we go.
So from the 19. 1 second left. Barring a defensive penalty.
There you go. Always a caveat.
It'll be the last play. The Hail Mary through the end zone. Overthrown and incomplete, so that is it. Kingsburg with a 7-0 lead after the first half. Kevin Miller is down on the sideline. He's going to have the head coach.
It's a well-played first half. People don't like those defensive battles. I do. Maybe I'm biased because I was a DB, but you know that's sound football. It's guys playing their assignment and executing that assignment very well.
Here's Kevin with David Wilson.
All right, here with Coach Wilson. Coach, a bit of a choppy start to begin the game, but you guys got in the groove, got points on the board. What do you got to do to preserve and even extend this lead in the second half?
Well, listen, we've played with our defense all year. Offensively, we've been opportunistic, but got to get a little more consistent on offense, obviously. But put our team in good spots, and not make a lot of mistakes. Play solid on special teams, not turn the ball over, and keep hoping for some big plays by our defense, which they've done so far this year and tonight. They're playing really well, and we're moving guys back and forth through. We're on quarterback number 3 right now, so it's just working those guys in and getting some rhythm and not killing ourselves and taking care of the football. That's what we're trying to do.
Rhythm and resilience, Coach. You go get with your guys. Best of luck in the second half. Ralph, Cam, back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Coach. The second quarter was sponsored by Lithia Subaru, committed to excellence. We are at halftime. Kingsburg with a 7-0 lead over Selma in this rivalry game. Great Valley community of Kingsburg tonight hosting this game. The halftime show is brought to you by Xfinity, delivering the fastest internet speeds in Fresno. Learn more at xfinity.com/xfi. Now to take us through halftime, send it downstairs to Kevin Miller.
1 more minute, 2 more minutes. This could go into the fourth quarter. All right, Kevin. All right, girls, are you ready? Give us a wave out there.
Well, we caught Kevin by surprise, apparently. Let's see what's going to happen next. We're getting ready for the tire roll, I believe.
Selma, I can't hear you over there. All right, this could really be a race. All right, we're counting down.
Let's go with the tire roll live. The Les Schwab Tires tire roll.
Your demand.
With the cheer squads from the two schools. Wave that flag. Let's go.
All right, the thumb is up. Kevin, you're saying it's a go. Here's the music. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, it's as close as the game has been tonight. But there's the checkered flag. Selma comes out on top in the cheer challenge, brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Now let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller for more. Kevin?
A big thanks to Les Schwab tonight. Les Schwab Tires. And the big donation tonight of $200 and $100.
Did you see that, Central Valley? That's right, our Les Schwab Tire Challenge. And is that a sign of second half times to come with the Selma Bears being victorious? Although we're going to have to go to instant replay. But we had the entire stadium rocking and rolling, courtesy of Les Schwab. Selma victorious over the Kingsburg cheerleaders. But we'll get more replay action in just a little bit. We are at the Xfinity halftime report, and it's my pleasure to announce that Kingsburg High senior Jackson Huckabee was our scholar athlete, the Vince Weston scholar athlete, sponsored by Wendy's, who has a breakfast so good, you got to tell somebody about it. So we want to tell you all about it. And speaking of Les Schwab and the tire roll, I had a chance to visit with the Dinuba tire manager, Eric Navarro. Had a chance to chat with him, and let's see what he had to say.
Our featured opportunity to highlight the Les Schwab tire manager, and of course from Dinuba, it's Eric Navarro. Eric, how you doing?
Hey, we're doing good, guys. How you doing?
Doing awesome. Now, we've done some pretty innovative things here with our Les Schwab tire manager interview. I mean, we've been at the store. Back in the day, we were on the sideline, and now through Channel 59 Magic, we're Zooming. And so it's so good to see you, Eric. And it's been a little over a year that you've been the tire manager. How are things going?
It's going great. We've seen awesome growth in the community. In our own store. It's been quite the experience. Coming in and having the nice community that we're in. We've really fallen in love with the place.
Yeah, what a great community. We love coming out there to Dinuba High School, and unique times, but you are flourishing there at the Dinuba store at Les Schwab. So, Eric, summer's right around the corner. We understand that Les Schwab is going to take care of us. What do we need to know?
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of good offers. Our big summer travel ready kickoff, getting our customers, cars in and making sure that they're ready for the long summer travels. We offer our free pre-trip safety checks. So come in anytime. We'll inspect your vehicle's undercar needs. We go through the tires, suspension, the brakes, we test the battery, wiper fluid, wiper blades, good thorough check just to make sure that you're ready to hit the road for the summer.
Always taking care of us. And we can imagine here in the spring leading into the summer, we've got some great prices and deals.
Absolutely. Yep. Right now we've got a couple cool coupon packages. You come in for a set of tires and package that deal with the brake service. You're going to get an additional $50 off coupon with the brake service. If you'd like to tie that in with some nice custom wheels, dress up the car a little bit. Mm-hmm. Also another package there where you could take an additional $50 off. So nice deals to take advantage of.
Yeah, cool coupes. Get your coupes, Central Valley. And Eric, we appreciate so much this partnership between Friday Night Rivals and Les Schwab. What's the inspiration behind Les Schwab being a part of Friday Night Rivals?
Our biggest thing is community involvement. That's our bread and butter. That's our backbone, is being a part of our community and letting people know that, we're out there. We want to support every little community effort that we possibly can, whether it's, the baseball teams, the softball, the 4-H. We get behind it every single event that we possibly can. Golf tournaments, we're going to put our pole sign up as many places as we can.
And we certainly do appreciate their partnership and their support. Les Schwab, Eric Navarro at the Dinuba store is a great opportunity to talk with him. And we continue with our Xfinity halftime report with our educator spotlight and our two principals for Selma, Guillermo Lopez, and for Kingsburg High, Dr. Ryan Phelan. And we appreciate all that they're doing within their communities, for their school, for their staff, for their students. And something very interesting occurred here at Kingsburg High School. Of course, tonight is special. It's senior night, and so there was a rite of passage that was traditional in terms of featuring the seniors, the football players, the cheerleaders, the pep and cheer, the band, color guard. They were celebrated with their families and their friends. And as we celebrate with them, we also reflect upon the class of 2020. And of course, they did not receive a traditional graduation, and yet Kingsburg High did something very special. They actually adorned the entrance just over my shoulder to the stadium, a plaque that commemorates the class of 2020. And on that plaque is the history of the stay-at-home guidelines, the shelter-in-place, the resilience, the response of the Kingsburg community, the students, the staff, the businesses, how they rallied together and supported one another. And the close of the plaque reads, "No matter what is thrown at us, KHS will continue to thrive. While this has been a difficult time, our students handled it with courage and grace of true Vikings. Thank you to our seniors for how you have handled this situation. You will never be forgotten." And so much so that there is a list of all of last year's seniors, a fitting tribute to the class of 2020. And certainly that is a spotlight from our educators, brought to you by the Institute of Technology, where careers begin. So we'll be back with more Xfinity halftime report right after this. Okay.
Welcome back to Kingsburg, everyone. It's a 7-0 game. The Vikings with the lead over Selma in this Friday night rivals game. Couple of big plays, one on defense, followed by one on offense. It was the interception in the end zone and the 80-yard touchdown run, and that's been pretty much it. That and Kingsburg's ability to shut down Blancas.
Yeah, I mean, that's really it. And they've been able to do that without giving up that box count. They've been very stout against this wing T offense while also limiting the explosiveness of Blancas. Really, really good job.
Looks like Kevin is standing by with the coach, so we'll send it down to the field.
Thanks, Ralph. Here with Coach Logue. Coach, you are in the mix. You're right there. What are plans in the second half to get this dub?
We had to go in and just talk about some things on the O-line at halftime. First drive, we got some things going, and then they made some adjustments, and we just got to make some changes on how we're blocking a few things. We're a run team, and we're struggling to run the ball and putting us in some second, third, and longs, and we got to be in better field, better chains positions. So that's what we're trying to do here. So
well, it was a battle in the first half. We expect the same in the second. Coach, go get him. Go get with your guys. Best of luck. Here we go. Ralph Camp, second half. Back to you.
Kevin, tonight's third quarter is sponsored by Bowman and Associates Insurance Agency in this 7-0 game. Been fun. It's always fun to watch these high school games. So we're looking forward to the second half.
I like a 7-0 game. That's just me. I'm a defensive guy.
Bears.
It's in my blood. It's just in my
It's that
blood.
NFC North thing.
That's right. That's right.
The black and blue division.
But when you have a game like this, where you have two offenses that can score points, but they're being limited, it's because defenses are playing good football. They're playing sound. We just heard Coach Matt Logue say Kingsburg made some adjustments after that first drive. They defended the wing tee a little bit differently, and they've been effective in their defense. Now, what does Selma do? They haven't gotten Blancas going yet. They haven't found a number two, answer to that coverage. So can they get that run game going? If they can, it's going to be really tough for them to put points on the board tonight.
Well, the Bears will get the ball to start the second half, so we'll know fairly soon what kind of adjustments Selma has made, and then wait to see how Kingsburg responds. The Vikings playing with a freshman quarterback. His first start, he came in and played for an injury last week, got some experience. But you are thrown right into the fire as, again, not just a freshman, but that ninth grader. It sticks in my brain. Ninth grade.
Yeah, ninth grader making your first varsity start against your, hated rival. And he's done a good job of handling all of that. He's, gone in and out a little bit with Spomer, but when he has been kind of running that offense, he's done a good job. Now, if you're Kingsburg, don't kick the ball to number 10.
Well, they figured that out tonight, that's for sure. Well, there's a flag on that play just right out of the gate.
Illegal procedure.
Flag on the play sponsored by Reedley College, celebrating 95 years of student success. Daniel Ortega is the kicker for the Vikings. So we'll reset the music and everything.
It never happened. The clock is still at 12. And we saw pooch kick. No kicking to number 10 tonight. Try to keep the ball out of his hands. I think Selma's going to add a little bit more quarterback run game. I think they're going to add an extra blocker in front of whether it's Blancas, Ramirez. They need some extra bodies at the point of attack, and I think that's going to be their approach.
Would you consider there's one way to get the ball to him. It's pitched back to Blancas. But would you consider, as he is running to kick the ball, the two deep backs crossing?
Definitely.
Switching sides.
Definitely. I'll do anything to get Aaron Blancas the football. Yeah, run it. We saw that time. The pitch back to Blancas just to get the ball in his hands. But that just disrupts your timing just a little bit. That's a tough play to execute. So Blancas out wide again. Spomer going out to cover him with Castellanos over the top. Same approach for Kingsburg defensively. And
on first down, to try the run for 2, maybe 1 Oliveras, the ball carrier. I'll call it a gain of 2.
Just a little down play, but that perimeter defender for Kingsburg, right, playing his responsibility, but tight to the line of scrimmage, squeezing down as soon as he sees those down blocks, and he's able to make that tackle for a short gain.
Again on the ground to the near side. This is Aaron Moreno fighting for extra yardage, very close to the first down, and they will give it to him. 1st and 10 is sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition.
So a down play, then they pull a couple linemen, get in front of Moreno, and he's a very physical runner at the point of attack, is able to move the chains.
From the 45. This is Oliveras picking up another first down, close to the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition, and he was doing some of that on that run.
So there's your adjustment. It's not the quarterback run game, but they are getting extra bodies in front of the ball carrier. You pull 2 offensive linemen. That wing back works as a lead blocker. Oliveras gets right in behind those big bodies, and a big pickup for Selma. This offense is finally starting to get rolling.
But that time, nothing doing. The loss back to the 45.
You know, that's what is tough about moving, you know, multiple offensive linemen. I'm taking them out of their position and I'm moving them. I'm pulling them away. So there is one block that needs to cover a lot of space. And if that block is not successful, that's what happens. A penetration into the offensive backfield that just totally kills a running play.
Good defensive play there by Blake Van Beber. He's one of the seniors on this Kingsburg team. Oliveras gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
We heard David Wilson talk about his defense at halftime. He's not lying, man. These guys are sound. They are triggering when they see whatever action that they're reading. They play discipline. They keep the right arm free. They force the ball back to the pursuit. They are a very sound unit. 3rd and 10, a down and distance that has been really difficult for Selma tonight.
Oliveras on the right side, cuts it inside, steps through a couple of tackles and gets it down to the 25. That's another 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition.
Now we'll see how Kingsburg adjusts to this, because Selma is getting big bodies out in front of these ball carriers. We see 2 guys, one of them, Ambrose, makes a big block, and then Oliveras finishes it. Oliveras is starting to feel this game.
Back to live action, a short gain. Oliveras, the ball carrier.
Selma's made some adjustments coming into the second half, but they also talked about, we got our butt whipped that first half. We physically got beat. Let's not do that. Yeah, let's not do that in the second half. Let's come out and let's set the tone physically, and that's what they've done. Big bodies, moving people around. Oliveras finishing runs physically. They have played a little bit of a different attitude to start this second half.
Ramirez with the pitch to the near side. That's Blancas inside the 20. And now you got a decision to make on 4th. 4th and about 3. Now inside the red zone, sponsored by Toyota.
Yeah, just another way to get Blancas the football. Running the football. I mean, if Kingsburg's gonna take him away in the pass game, you have to find other ways to get him the football. It was a very effective run to set up a manageable 3rd down for this Selma offense.
Big 3rd down for Selma. Ramirez still looking to the bench. And I'm not sure what this is about. Is somebody called a timeout? Or is a player being
maybe a little blood
taken out?
Yeah, maybe a little blood on.
That was Ambrose, I think. Yeah.
It's probably not his blood either. Probably someone else's blood on the hits he's delivered tonight, man.
Wow. So 3rd and 3, 4-down territory here?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Regardless of what happens on 3rd down. Obviously, if you pick it up, you're moving the chains, but you lose yardage, you're going for it on 4th. You pick it up but don't pick up the 1st down, you're going for it on 4th down.
And here it is, Moreno inside the 10, still on his feet, down to the 5, pushing the pile to about the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. And he's coming out of there fired up.
Yeah, it's just a little counterplay. You get that toss action, and you bring Moreno coming back, and then he's able to do the route. So good block, and then a physical finish to this run. I mean, he's hit about the 9-yard line, is able to drive that ball down, 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line for the Bears.
Well, he got a heck of a block to open that up initially. Now keep it on the ground. It's going to be a short gain for Olivares to about the 3.
It's a fist fight now. This is a fist fight. This is Selma. We are coming off the ball and we are trying to move you around. Kingsburg responded on that one, but Selma has set the tone in the second half. Matt Logue didn't say everything that they adjusted, but they adjusted the mindset of this offense because they have come out on this first drive and set the tone and sent a message.
I think the box count is pretty high on both sides right now, huh?
Is everybody's in the box.
Olivares, the ball carrier, and gets it down close to the goal line. The officials are saying that the ball, he was down. They say the ball came out, but he was down. Ball is at the 2.
Yeah, this is, I think we're going to see 2 more plays if need be exactly like that. How many bodies can we put in front of the ball carrier? That's how many bodies we're going to put in there. We're going to try to jam this thing into the end zone.
I think I'd put Ambrose in the backfield and give him the ball.
Oh, that'd be nice to see.
Second man through, down near the goal line. He's in, touchdown. Olivares doing a lot of work on that drive. Both Olivares and Moreno. But the touchdown to Olivares, and we are an extra point away from a tie game. This touchdown is sponsored by Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop.
Set the tone, pulling guys, moving the point of attack so this Kingsburg defense can't clue into exactly where the football is going. That was the adjustment on the first drive of the second half. Well done by Selma coming out with the game plan that was effective. And then you had a couple of guys that were just running physically, putting their head down, getting extra yards. This Selma team is, now they look like the team that we saw 2 weeks ago. They're feeling good right now.
Oswaldo Landon put that extra point up through perfectly, and look at that, 7-7. A tie game at Kingsburg with Power Football coming back for the Bears. They were growling on that drive.
That's it, and they did it all drive long. Move the point of attack. Kingsburg was able to key in based on, offensive line movement in that first half of who was going to get the football and where it was going to go. Good adjustment by Selma to start the second half.
All right, it's getting fun. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. 7-7 our score. Kingsburg and Selma. The Bears about to kick it back to the Vikings after tying this game with a sustained drive on the ground. Low kick. Still loose out there, and then fallen on by Nathan Garcia. Let's go downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin?
Well, with that Selma touchdown, it's the perfect time to pose the question, what's good about being a Bear? Ash Neat said, our school spirit and acceptance of everyone. Abby said, it's having a positive mindset and setting new goals for yourself. The past year has been difficult, but as a Bear, the community is very uplifting and understanding. Big Game James shared, we as Bears know each other and help each other. We have a strong sense of community, which fuels our drive in both athletics and academics. And Chloe rounds it out. Bears are fiercely loyal to their families, and that's what we are at Selma High School, a family. We are strong, passionate, and fight for what we believe in. And you know the Bears are fighting on the field, and that's what's good about being a Bear. Ralph, Cam, back to you.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Blake Spomer was the ball carrier, and I think John Ambrose was in on another big hit over there on the sideline. Quickly to the line. And I'm not sure that play was what they wanted, but it ends up being a loss of about a yard.
Big John Ambrose again making a tackle, this time in the backfield, man. He's very impressive tonight. Sideline to sideline, delivering blows when he gets to a ball carrier. Working on the offensive side of the football as well. It's just really a physical tone setter for the Selma defense. Let's see if they can get off the field right here on third down.
Oh, snap gets through Workington. Going to try and make something out of nothing as he's caught, unloads it, and completes it. Blake Spomer through traffic. Up near midfield, still drawing his defenders all the way down to the 45-yard line. So, wow, what a play by the freshman there.
How about it from the freshman? A poor snap, isn't able to handle it, doesn't just pick it up, actually kind of takes his eyes off it, doesn't just pick it up, but gets out of a tackle and is able to find Spomer, and then Spomer does the rest. We talked about him pregame, one of the best athletes on the field. Makes a couple guys miss, then finishes it physically to get on the Selma side of the football field.
So it's a 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Micah Spomer, with the hurdle inside the 40. We came to a football game and the Olympics broke out.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's going to be a penalty. Unfortunately, I mean, this is legit, man, because this tackler is not low. Micah Spomer jumps a guy who's, he's not down. That's Ramirez. He's not down very low, and he clears him with ease. That's an impressive athlete right there.
Yeah, the officials are talking it over. Chuck Calvert, the referee.
Personal foul. Hurdling on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's a tough one, right? You have an athlete, he's just trying to make a play, but that rule was put into the high school game. So, we don't have a ball carrier trying to hurdle a defender, and the ball carrier's knee contacts a tackler's head, helmet. It's a very dangerous play. So that's why it's not in the game at the high school level. Doesn't take away from the feat itself, but just it's not something that you can do at this level, and it's for safety. So you have to understand that.
First and 20 from the 45 of Kingsburg. Keeper up the middle, not much there.
Not much there. John Ambrose in on the tackle again, but looks like he lost his helmet.
Right after this game, stay tuned for Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's coming up on the CW 59. Be sure to join us next Friday night for the game between the Sanger Apaches and San Joaquin Memorial Panthers. That's right here on the Central Valley CW 59. Looking forward to that one as well.
See my man Jordan Hornbeak again. See if he can go off like he did last week.
Pass is complete. Spomer following his blockers. Gets it inside the 40.
Caden Tate, a guy that you and I talked about in the booth pregame, that time drove drove the cornerback down the field. I mean, he's the reason why Spomer had all of that room on the perimeter.
Look for number 12 in green.
Workington finding Spomer, and then
right there, he's just working the whole way.
Driving a physical Oliveris to pick up a first down for Kingsburg. Well done, Caden Tate.
Well, at Tate, you're talking about a lot of ball players, 6'5", 218. This is Trace Jackson, who has Kingsburg's touchdown. Grabbed in the backfield and cannot get away from Aaron Moreno.
Yeah, tough sledding against either of these defenses. You know, trying to run laterally is very difficult because we have, you know, sound defenses, but we have two defenses with some athletes who can run those down.
You can live tweet Kevin Miller at #FNRFresno to vote on the player of the game. Brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
There's Ambrose back in the game. He missed 2 plays. I thought it'd be 1, but he missed 2. Had to fix his helmet or something. Lost his helmet a couple plays ago on the tackle in the backfield.
Wow, he loses his helmet. He's bleeding. Got to keep coming down. The ball is batted down, incomplete. So it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. 4-down territory, so, you know, the entire playbook is open. If you want to put Spomer back at the QB spot, run some of that wildcat, or let Workington throw. And Kingsburg has opened up a little bit of the quick passing game for Workington in the second half, and, you know, he's looked comfortable trying to execute that one. Last one just got knocked down.
Pass over the middle has the receiver breaking away. Touchdown, Vikings. Connor McFall, the sophomore.
We just talked about Workington executing the quick passing game well in the second half. A little RPO action. He pulls it, hits the slant quickly. One broken tackle from Connor McFall, and Kingsburg's back in the end zone.
And the touchdown is sponsored by Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop. Ortega's extra point is good, and Kingsburg has moved back into the lead. Touchdown pass by the freshman. And the celebration. Oh, almost hurdling.
Almost. McFall almost lost it. Spomer almost knocked him down. Good job just keeping your feet, man. But hey, quick passing game. Make an easy read. Read one guy working to give him an easy read. And we saw that was a quick pull it and get it to that slant route. And then McFall was able to do the rest. Very impressive drive. A lot of different elements to this Kingsburg offense that had success, and then Workington finding McFall for 6 points. What an answer after giving up, you know, the opening drive for a touchdown.
And McFall, a sophomore, got good size, 6'2", 182. Going to get bigger.
Ooh, man, he might be Caden Tate's size by the time he's a senior. You never know.
Well, big play after making the catch to pull away from the defender and finish it in the end zone. So the Vikings will kick it off again. Again, kicking it away from Blancas, as we've seen all night long. The return out to about the 25-yard line. Oh, here's tonight's cheer challenge, brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Good start for Selma on the far side. And the cheer group from the Bears was able to maintain that lead all the way through.
They had an advantage, though, right? Because they did it 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
So
that is right.
I'm taking San Joaquin Memorial next week, right now.
Okay. I imagine they're probably working on that all week.
Gotta be.
Getting ready for it. Now let's see what Selma can do to get back into it. Very patient run there by Aaron Moreno. Waiting for that play to develop and his blocks to be made. Picks up about 9.
Picking up right where they left off after that first drive of the second half. We're going to pull bodies, we're going to move them, and we're going to move that point of attack. And we're going to force your bodies to get there. But Selma has done a good job of moving people around and getting these backs behind them and pick up positive yardage.
Oliveris runs into traffic, but he's going to have the first down at the 39. First and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Boy, they're in tight on both sides. A pitch coming to the near side. Oliveris couldn't get free. The defender couldn't be blocked. And we played 3. 14-7, Kingsburg with the lead over Selma. The third quarter has been sponsored by Bowman and Associates Insurance Agency. We'll be back for quarter number 4 right after this. The fourth quarter is sponsored by Midland Tractor. Team Midland, equipment solutions guaranteed. So here are the Bears, 2nd and 8. Ramirez going to throw, has a receiver open, but couldn't get it there. He was off balance, and the pass was incomplete.
What was their adjustment coming out of halftime? Move the point of attack, get big bodies in front of Oliveris, get big bodies in front of Moreno, move Kingsburg's defensive players around, and who finished it off? Big Oliveris getting behind those big bodies and putting his head down to put points on the board. An answer coming out of halftime. Move the point of attack, get those backs behind, give them some space, and then they're going to finish it with the physical run. Big third down on this drive for Selma right now.
Joey Ramirez looking to pass. Has it complete. Oliveris splits the defenders, gets across midfield to the 49. And that's going to be just enough for another first down. 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports. Ramming over the competition.
Yeah. Move the pocket, get Ramirez moving a little bit. Good route by Oliveris. Just a little outcut and turning up, trying to pick up a first down. Was able to make one guy just miss enough to get past the sticks, and a first down for the Selma offense on the plus side of the football field.
Moreno, the ball carrier, lost maybe a yard.
Yeah, well played by Kingsburg defensively. You know, if somebody blocks down, I am probably going to get somebody coming back the other way. That's what Selma has adjusted to. Down and around. That time, Kingsburg was able to penetrate right off the backside of that down block and kind of affect the timing of those pullers and get a tackle for about a 1-yard loss, set up 2nd and 11.
Second and 1. Oliveris has, 2nd and 11. He gets across the 45. I keep looking at these runs, and I see number 10 split out. And it's like tick, 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 tick. It's just waiting for something to happen with him. But so far, haven't been able to connect.
Yeah, in the chess match of Beware of Blancas, Kingsburg has won that for sure. And Selma hasn't really done a lot to get him the football.
Trying there, goes back and gets it on a great catch inside the 30. So get it to him any way you can. That wasn't pretty, but it got to him.
There you go, but that was executed. This is a back shoulder fade, so I'm going to let Spomer think I'm running that fade route. If I'm Ramirez, I'm going to throw it right to the back shoulder of Aaron Blancas. Blancas has eyes on the football. Spomer doesn't have eyes on the football, so Blancas comes back, is able to catch that one and move the chains for Selma. A very impressive way to change up and get him the football.
1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports. The pump fake. He's throwing into the end zone. A leaping catch. Waiting for a signal. It's a catch. Down near the goal line.
There you go.
Tick, tick, boom.
You called it. A little stutter and go. He's still double covered. Spomer's running underneath him. Castellanos over the top.
Man.
Ramirez just throws it up and says, hey, go catch the football. Sometimes that's just what you do. If my guy's better than your guy, I'm going to throw it up and give him a chance. That time we saw Blancas make the, I don't know if he was in, the hand might have been out, but
first and goal. Moreno waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Wow, I told you it was going to get to be fun. Touchdown sponsored by Porta Subs, your neighborhood sandwich shop.
You did, once again, moving those bodies, moving that point of attack, just walking into the end zone. Aaron Moreno, big play, Blancas twice. Aaron Moreno finishes it off for 6 points.
They're going to go for 2. With the throw, it's good. The conversion is good. Josiah Flores, a senior, never made a bigger catch in his life.
Little play action. Fake that counter action. Ramirez pulls it. Flores releases right on the snap. Good ball delivered. The big man comes down with a 2-point conversion. That was a little bit of a statement from Matt Logue. He said, you cannot stop this offense from where we're gonna take this 2-point conversion in from. And he was right. 1-point lead for Selma.
Celebration still going on the sideline. We'll be back with much more after this. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now a 1-point game lead for the Selma Bears.
Here's our freshman quarterback, Max Workington. Quick game. Make an easy decision. A one-man read. He pulls the ball and is able to deliver a strike to my man Connor McFall, but make it easy for your freshman. Give him one read. When he sees that one thing, he makes his decision quickly. He has the arm talent to do it. Kingsburg gets in the end zone. That's part of the offense that Kingsburg has to execute for the rest of the game because the Selma offense is rolling right now.
Selma with the lead for the first time in this game. We're going to kick it off now. Just over 9 minutes to go. Low kick. Going to bounce past Spomer. He's going to go back and get it at the 1. 10, the 15, and drop there. Ambrose, I think, again on the tackle.
Yes, so
Ambrose is all over the place.
He is, man. Both sides of the ball, all over the field, running down on kickoff, just playing excellent football tonight.
Here's the view from the Smile Cam, sponsored by Toyota. You can tell they're smiling.
Oh, yeah.
First down from the 16.
Smile with the eyes, Ralph.
Spomer is back in the backfield, taking the snap. Going to run to the edge, pick up a couple of blocks, get out across the 25 to about the 27. That'll be good enough for another 1st and 10, brought to you by JR Sports.
Get the ball in your athlete's hands, put some guys in front of them, and Spomer's able to pick up a first down on the first play of this drive. A big drive. First time Kingsburg's been down tonight.
Fans, you can watch a replay of tonight's game. Just head over to YouTube, search for Friday Night Rivals on CW59. Click on the FNR logo. Tonight's game will be available early next week. Trace Jackson across the 30, out of bounds. Got an injured Selma player down on the field. Gain of 5 by Jackson, so 2nd and 5. Jose Ruvalcaba is the injured player for Selma. He's a junior offensive lineman and defensive lineman. Now we're getting into that territory, 8.5 minutes left. You start thinking about, oh, here we're going to be under those games right down to the wire. Who has the ball last? You got a kicker, you know, you're going to do something like that. Yeah. Like Buchanan did in our early game to win it at the very end.
Yeah, strategic use of the clock at the end of the game by Matt Giordano. Run it, set it up, and kick a game-winning field goal as time just about expired. You know, 8.5 minutes, Kingsburg down for the first time tonight. You know, they have to execute their offense. Quick reads for their quarterback. Let their big running backs go. Get Spoma the football in space. Trace Jackson in the middle of the defense, but have to make it as easy as you can for your freshman quarterback to identify what he sees.
Workington hands it off to Blake Spomer. He gained about 2. So big 3rd down play for Kingsburg now to try and convert this.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see them run the same play that they scored on, an RPO where Workington is reading a second-level defender. If that second-level defender steps up on the run fake, he's going to pull that ball out and throw the quick slant. If that defender plays the pass, he's going to hand the ball off to the running back and hope that you can block well enough to pick up the 3 yards you need to move the chains.
Going to hand it off. Short of the first down, it's Jackson at the 35. So 4th and 2. So do you take a chance here? Is this 4-down territory? Stay tuned for the post-game wrap-up and the Donald P. Dick player of the game. Post-game wrap-up right after the game is completed.
I think they're keeping the offense on the field.
4th and 2.
Or hey, you try to get the Selma defense to jump off sides, get a freebie.
Selma side is getting noisy. And they stuffed it. They stuffed it defensively. Big play by that defense for the Selma Bears. We've been seeing big plays by John Ambrose all night, but this one is Dustin Darling, a junior lineman.
Looked like they tried to, you know, run a little trick play. Looked like Spomer gave it off to his brother, but acted like he had it. Spomer sat for a second, but Isaiah Renaga
also in on there initially.
Assignment sound football. I'm responsible for anything coming outside. If anything comes outside, I'm going to make that play. Renaga was able to make that play and get this Selma defense off the field, giving their offense the ball back in, plus territory threatening. Kingsburg's defense got to step up to that challenge. If I'm going to go for it at that spot on the field, I have to trust my defense can get us off the field without giving up a touchdown.
Boy, that Selma defense just provided a lot of juice for the offense. Taking over at the 32. Fans, be sure to join us next Friday night for the Friday Night Rivals game between the Sanger Apaches and San Joaquin Memorial Panthers. That's right here on the Central Valley CW 59.
Man, however this game ends up, ton of respect for both of these football programs. This is a well-played football game. Selma really got pushed around in the first half, and they came out in the second half and said that was not going to happen, but Kingsburg just exchanging blow for blow with them the whole way, and it's going to be a fun 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Ramirez hands it off to Moreno. Nothing out on the perimeter. Defended well by Kingsburg. Noah Jimenez, number 4, in on the tackle. Let's go downstairs to Kevin Miller.
That stuff by the Vikings reminds us it's fourth quarter, which means we ask the question, what's good about being a Viking? Jet, who was on the field for Kingsburg, said, being a Viking is great because I know that not only my teachers, coaches, and classmates support me, but also the entire town supports the students of Kingsburg High with pride. Taryn shared, the best thing about being a Viking is the support from the community, staff, and student body. In all aspects, being a Viking feels like you're part of a family. And finally, Audrina shared, the best part about being a Viking is a sense of pride in our community and being able to come together as one family, knowing once a Viking, always a Viking. And they're ready to do it here, close it out, and get this win. Let's keep that conversation going at hashtag FNR Fresno. Ralph, Cam, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Third down coming up for Selma.
Third down Thunder. Selma milking the clock, using all the play clock, trying to drain this thing out. A 1-point lead, sticking with that physical run game.
Joey Ramirez is looking at the back judge behind the defense. When he's got 5 seconds to go, he'll start counting off, and there he goes. Gets the snap off in time. Ramirez is going to keep it. He's out here one-on-one. Inside the 20, inside the 15. Dragged down at about the 12. Another set of downs and a first down for the Bears. What a big play by Ramirez. He got isolated on the defender out there, Andre Castellanos.
One of the keys to the game, load the bases, hit the grand slam. This is a different grand slam. You load the bases, you load that box up, you give all the action goes away, and Ramirez sneaks out the other side. Really the first time tonight, a big mistake of losing contained defensively, and Ramirez makes that Kingsburg defense pay.
Moreno. Short of the 10. But this is deep in the red zone, sponsored by Toyota. And the clock continues to run. 4:21 to go.
Yeah, just milking this clock. And Selma is totally content, trying to run as much time off the clock as they want. They don't even care if they score again. They can pick up a first down, try to drain this thing all the way out. Kingsburg has to get a stop. You have to at least keep Selma out of the end zone to give yourself a chance when you get the ball back. Make them kick a field goal and keep yourself in a one-score football game.
Under 4 minutes now. Moreno again going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss. Jimenez again in on the tackle. And timeout taken now by Kingsburg. 3:42 to go.
Once again pulling guys, but Ambrose gets stopped in his tracks a little bit, and when you're able to slow those linemen down, there isn't space for those running backs to operate. And then my pursuit, my contained players can come downhill, make a play in the backfield. Big time stop on second down for Kingsburg to set up not only third and long, but to knock Selma, almost out or right on the fringe of field goal range.
Here's a reminder, fans, right after this game, stay tuned for Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's coming up on the CW 59. 3:42 left. 2 timeouts left for Kingsburg. Third and long.
Turn around. We go back to that conversion for this Selma offense. We talked about loading the bases. We're going to pull guys the opposite way. We're going to get everybody's guys looking at that side of the offense, and then Ramirez is going to pull it out. And you know he's a good athlete. He plays in the secondary, picks up that first down, keeps Selma's offense on the football field. Big-time play to drain some more of this clock as this clock starts to tick away.
Boy, out of the shotgun with 3 receivers in the formation. Look at this. Don't see this all night. 4 receivers make it. Ramirez looking, trying to buy some time. Nobody's open. And he slips down inside the 20 at about the 17. It'll be 4th down. Clock continues to run. Fans are yelling timeout.
Fans want a timeout. I mean,
that doesn't count.
You know, yeah, but you do expect if you call a timeout on 2nd down, you would anticipate if you get a stop that you call a timeout on 3rd down just to preserve the clock. You know, when you have the ball, especially in high school, it stops after a 1st down. You're a little more in control. You can execute an offense. With Selma on the football field, they're going to try to drain this thing down as long as they can and leave as little time for Kingsburg as they possibly can.
Under 3 minutes now, and Selma calls a timeout. So if you're the Bears, I don't know if you risk putting the ball up in the air to stop the clock. You just keep running, make them burn more timeouts, but you used a timeout right now.
Yeah, they're just, you know, they're going to talk it over a little bit. So, you know, I think this is an opportunity, and we saw it earlier where Ramirez just said, I'm going to throw it up to Blancas, and he's going to make a play because I think my guy's better than your guy. I think this is an opportunity to do that. You know, 4th down, just inside the 20-yard line. Try to, you know, maybe run a stutter and go. Isolate Blancas as best you can. It looks like they're lining up in trips. Isolate him, try to get him the football, but I'm just going to toss it up and try to let my best player make a play.
Okay, 4 receivers in. They got trips to the top of the screen. And Ramirez is looking this way, going for the same guy again. He caught it. Touchdown. No, incomplete. They say he dropped it. He called it a touchdown, then waved it off. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was a game changer right there. Josiah Flores, like he had the ball. Let's see again. The official made the touchdown call. Yep, and then it came out right there.
I mean, it did look like he had a couple of steps down, but he never secured that football. He never had possession of that one. Good call, and he knows it, man. He just could have put that one away.
Good thing you got that 2-pointer before. So now you got to play defense for 2:44 if you're Selma, and if you're Kingsburg, got to come up with something 80-some yards down the field.
Yeah. Try to get it to Trace Jackson, let him go the distance, but you know, your freshman quarterback, hey man, welcome to the big time. Your biggest rival, 2:44 left at home. Try to make it as easy as you can for him.
First down pass is complete to the near sideline. That's McFall out of bounds.
Just like that, one read, timing routes. He knows where his receiver is going to be. He knows what he sees pre-snap. Make that decision easy for him. Try to execute the simple elements of your passing offense and let him work this ball down the football field. You have 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You have 2 timeouts. You can run everything in your playbook. You can still run the football if you want. Give your young quarterback some assets to have success.
So 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports. Workington looking deep now. Going to have to try and take off to the far side. Will be dragged down, and a flag. That could be horse collar.
Yeah, definitely going to be a horse collar tackle on Workington, and looked like a good call. Can't bring a guy down from the back of the jersey. Just not at all a safe play in football.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Flag on the play, sponsored by Reedley College, celebrating 95 years of student success. This was an easy one to call, I think.
Yeah, and good decision by Workington. You know, yeah, you just can't pull a player down like that. It's just, you know, it's been out of the game for a while, and you know, you can't fault a defensive player for just trying to make a play, but you know, that's a call that is going to be made, you know, 100 times out of 100. But good decision by Workington. Nobody was open. He tried to get outside, you know, out of bounds with the football, stop the clock. Did not make a mistake trying to throw the football into coverage.
So another 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports. Looking to the near side. McFall has it. Dropped at the 46. Clock will continue to move.
Nice one on the run. That's a tough throw. Moving to your left for a quarterback, trying to be accurate with the football. Well executed by Workington.
2nd and 6. Pick up a 4. Workington hands it off to Jackson. Breaks a couple of tackles. Gets into the secondary. Down to the 40-yard line of Selma. Another 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports. And Jackson has a touchdown tonight of 80 yards.
And another Viking horn for a Viking 1st down. Just Trace Jackson making a couple of guys miss, running physically, has good speed for how big he is. That sophomore is going to be a beast the next couple of years as a Kingsburg Viking.
Before that play, a timeout is called by Selma with 1:40 to go.
Yeah, it's not a mistake you want to make defensively, you know, where you feel like you have to take a timeout. The clock was rolling. Time was running off this thing, but whatever Matt Logue saw from the sideline, it was serious enough for him to call a timeout. He didn't want to put his defense or allow his defense to go into that snap in the way that they were lined up. How about the freshman quarterback? Just calm and cool.
He's looking more and more comfortable as this game goes on. It's incredible because the pressure is increasing, right? But he seems to be getting cooler and cooler.
Yeah, and maybe that's why a freshman made the start tonight in a rivalry game. I mean, we know he has the physical skill set to do it, but he has not been overwhelmed at all tonight. This is crunch time. He looks about as cool as he's been all game long. And if you're Kingsburg, continue to put him in a position to have success. Make things as easy as you can for him to execute.
Still got the ball. Workington, now he's being flushed out of the pocket. Running to the near side, trying to get to the sideline. He'll go down with a hard hit just outside the 35 of Selma. Fans on the Kingsburg side don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I thought that was just a bang-bang play. It looked like he tried to slide and give himself up, but really didn't. And so as a defensive player, you know, I don't think this defensive player had any time to stop that hit. Just an unfortunate collision for Workington.
Jackson, the ball carrier, trying to bounce it to the outside. Going to be short of the 1st down by about a yard. Timeout called immediately by Kingsburg with 1 minute left. Woo!
Take a breath.
3rd and about a yard.
Yeah, you know, if you're Kingsburg right now, would expect them to call 2 plays in the huddle, right? The play that we're going to call on 3rd down, we're going to anticipate we pick up this 1st down, and then we have our 2nd play ready to go. So as soon as that clock starts, after they move the chains, we're not wasting any time, and we're able to get a play executed. You expect Trace Jackson to get this ball on 3rd down, your big physical running back. Let him put his head down, pick up this 1st down, move the chains, get lined up, and execute your 1st down play.
1 timeout left for each team. Workington, the freshman, splits out as a receiver. Spomer blasts into the secondary down to the 25. 1st and 10, sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Clock is moving.
Yep, Trace Jackson, or just give it to Micah Spomer, run that quarterback run game. Got to get on the ball, got to run the play. Kingsburg letting a little time run off the clock.
Workington back at quarterback. Looking to throw. Lots of time. Throws it downfield. Pass is caught and knocked out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 18. Blake Spomer. 38 seconds to go.
Good job by Workington, staying alive, working outside the pocket a little bit. Once again, moving to his left, letting Spomer get open. He was covered initially, broke his route off, came back to the football, made a good catch, got 2 feet down. That's an NFL catch right there, Ralph.
You've seen a few of those.
I have, and they're tough to do to get those feet down and stay in, but second down, got to make something happen.
Second down, that was Blake Spomer going in motion. Workington looking, has a receiver open on the far side. Lets it go. Pass is caught, but inbounds. Clock remains moving. Timeout called by Kingsburg. Last timeout for the Vikings with 24 seconds to go.
Oh, man.
Actually lost yards on that play, lost about a yard, so it's going to be third and 3 or 4. Obviously, though, in 4-down territory.
Yeah, and you can't, you can't anticipate on a first down to stop the clock and for you to move the chains. If you get a first down, immediately get on the football. We're going to spike it. We're going to save as much time as we possibly can. Expect Kingsburg to run something quick. That little outcut that they were able to run on the first play of this series to McFall, Spomer running an outcut, something quick to move the chains. If they don't catch it, it's incomplete. The clock stops, and we try to pick it up on 4th down. But they have to have something controlled. Give Workington one read, let him make a decision, get rid of the football, hopefully move the sticks.
So it's third down, low snap. Workington went down to get it. Has a receiver open. Pass is caught. Down at the 5. Oh, they say incomplete.
Wow. I mean, it looked like a catch from up here. I thought that was 1st and goal for Kingsburg. Oh, yeah.
It's close, isn't it? He was blocked out by the other player in that angle.
Didn't look like he had control, but couldn't see if it touched the ground or not.
Boy, I don't know.
Oh, man.
You're blocked out on both angles, so you can't really tell if he caught it. The official right there said he didn't, and it touched the ground.
I run that same route. When Spomer was wide open, just was not able to. Oh, they got a field goal kicker. 4th
down, they'll try to win this game with a 35-yard field goal.
Man.
Daniel Ortega, and a timeout is called by Selma, trying to ice the kicker.
Ice Daniel Ortega. Man, let's see. They're kicking a field goal because it's 4th down, but we thought it was 1st and goal with a Spomer completion. Oh yeah, that was a good call. Yeah, it looked like he secured it almost. Secured it with his hands and stayed on his legs, but that definitely hit the ground before he had control of that ball. Good call by the official. Well done, because from up here I thought, hey, get up on the ball and spike it because it's 1st and goal Kingsburg.
So now it's not in the hands, but on the foot of Daniel Ortega.
No pressure. No pressure at all. Down 1 against the rival, 18 seconds left, chance to win it.
I watched him kick during pregame. He's pretty good. Boy, the Vikings are hugging each other on the sideline, hoping this one goes through. Snap down. The kick is up. He is getting mobbed by his teammates. That would have been good from 40, maybe more.
That was booted, man. Talk about stepping up under pressure. Daniel Ortega, we thought they were going to go for it. Instead, they kick a field goal from 35 yards, and that was bomb.
Oh, I watched him in pregame, as I told you, and he was hitting them. And he hit that one when it counted.
They didn't even care that there was 13 seconds left. They were celebrating like this game was over. I'm curious to see. I saw a couple of different flags thrown.
They did
I have
get
no
penalized.
idea how many penalties, what those penalties were, where they're going to be kicking this ball off from, because you got old number 10 back there who better not touch the football if you're Kingsburg. Do not allow this dude to put his hands on the ball because he is explosive.
Yeah, we might have just found our play of the game anyway. Or player.
Oh, man. How about the freshman quarterback? Just leading his team against a rival, executing an offense, putting them in a position, and made an accurate throw. Spomer just was unable to bring that one in, but he delivered an accurate football. Could have been first and goal instead. Man, it leads them down, and Kingsburg is up 17-15 with 13.8 left.
Something happened electronically here with the scoreboard, I guess.
Unsportsmanlike.
This is a wild spring game. It's rivalry.
Yeah, they'll move him back to the 25.
I should have looked at my phone because Bob Kajanian said incomplete.
Oh,
as soon as he saw it, incomplete.
Well, that's the complete word of authority right there from Bob.
Yep.
Case closed.
Should have known.
Yep. Who has, I think, officiated now in 7 different decades.
That's impressive.
He is amazing. They're going to get it back to Blancas. Looking for some room along the sideline, and look at him work. Gets out of bounds as he gets to midfield. Very dangerous. You're holding your breath with every step he takes, thinking he's a step away from breaking it.
Oh, he just ran out of room. Still, they didn't bring him down. Oh, I'm kicking. There's no way I'm allowing him to get the football. Oh, man. But they got him out of bounds. 7.9. Maybe one outcut and you throw a Hail Mary. I don't know if you have time, or if you have, an old hook and ladder play where you throw it back and forth. Maybe that's something you execute, but.
And no timeouts.
Nope. First down stops it, and you can ground it in high school and stop that clock. This might just be. Blancas run down as far as he can, and if I'm Ramirez, I'm going to try to throw it. All the arm strength that I have to get it to my man Blancas.
Complete inside the 40 and out of bounds. That's Moreno with the catch. 4.2 seconds left.
There you go. That's it. One out cut. Put us in position to try to throw up a Hail Mary. You know where the ball's going. The ball's going to number 10. Do we put other guys over there, or we just let him try to go 1-on-2 like he's done a couple times tonight and had success?
Probably the final play. 4 receivers to the top of the screen. Ramirez going to let it fly. Into traffic. Incomplete. Zeros on the clock. It is over, and the Vikings will rush the field. Wow.
What a game.
Woo. Routine. Kingsburg 17, Selma 15. What a great rivalry game on Friday Night Rivals. Fourth quarter is sponsored by Midland Tractor, Team Midland. And what a fourth quarter it was. Wow. That's about all we can say after this one. Welcome back to the post-game show. Brought to you by Donald P. Dick. 17-15, Kingsburg with the wild win over Selma on a 35-yard field goal by Daniel Ortega with around 15 seconds left in the game. Unbelievable finish. We thought that maybe Kingsburg was going to run out of time, run out of timeouts. And when they ran the field goal kicker on the field, we thought, well, this is a long field goal for a high school guy. And he made it with plenty to spare. So good job by Daniel Ortega, and good job by the Vikings to come back from behind after they had fallen behind for the first time in this game. Kingsburg under David Wilson now 5-0 during the spring season.
I mean, those are two really good football teams. Sound athletes all over the place, and then we just throw out our kicker to boot a 35-yard field goal to win it with 15 seconds left. No big deal.
Okay, time now for the Donald P. Dick Player of the Game presentation. And the player of the game is going to be Trace Jackson, who had the first touchdown of the game on a 40-yard run. If you tuned in late, the previous play, the pass was intercepted in the end zone. So Selma was threatening, ends up throwing an interception in the end zone, out to the 20, handoff to number 40, and he goes 80.
Yeah, and he ran physically all night long. When you have a freshman quarterback, you want to have a run game. You want to have somebody who can calm him down, who can move the chains. That's what Trace Jackson was tonight. Oh, and by the way, he had an 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, just add that. And again, tonight's Donald P. Dick Player of the Game is Trace Jackson. We had a hard time picking guys
very
in this game because there were so many things. You talked about the freshman quarterback, how he performed and stayed cool, didn't make any huge mistakes.
No.
That would have cost his team.
Drove this offense down and gave them the opportunity to win it on a 35-yard field goal. I mean, the pressure of this game in your first start as a ninth grader. You said it a few times. A ninth grader, so impressive. And Castellanos with the pick in the end zone. Just both the Spomer brothers all over the place.
The running backs on both sides. And then you had Ambrose in there making huge defensive hits.
Man, he was very impressive. A tone setter for sure.
There were players of the game all over the field for this one. But tonight's play of the game, let's take a look at that. Final seconds, set up for a 35-yard field goal, and Daniel Ortega hit it like he'd been playing in the NFL for 6 years.
My man Robbie
Take a bow.
It's just another rep, right? It's just a practice rep. I just go out there and execute. That's what Daniel Ortega did. The moment was not too big for him. He was able to knock that one through, and you said it. I think that was good from 45. That thing was blasted.
Play of the game brought to you by Jack in the Box, and you got to hear plenty of those Viking horns after that.
Unfortunately, we did, but hats off to both these teams, but the Vikings for winning that one. That's what a rivalry game is supposed to be. Down to the wire, a field goal wins it, and well played in all phases of the football game.
We have done 4 games this year. 2 of them have ended in field goals in the final seconds, so you can't ask for much more than that. And who knows what we'll get next week, because we're coming back with another Friday Night Rivals game. Sanger's Apaches against San Joaquin Memorial's Panthers.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Sanger's physical. They run a complex offense. We saw Jordan Hornbeek in that San Joaquin Memorial offensive line. Great road grading for him in front. So it'll be a fun one next week.
I don't know. I'm running out of stuff to read. I don't know. I guess we say thanks for watching the post-game wrap-up. Join us again next week. Sanger High against San Joaquin Memorial right here on the CW59. This was about as fun as it gets tonight. You saw one team struggle in the first half and then came back and had the game plan working in the second half. And Selma, with the surprise 2-point conversion, shocked everybody and took the lead and almost added another touchdown. So it was one of those games.
That was a fun one.
A lot of fun. We thank you for joining us. We had a great time in Kingsburg, and we trust you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you, as we do every Friday night during Friday Night Rivals. The Vikings are undefeated. There's one of those big hits by Ambrose. Man, he brings it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I hope he plays somewhere after high school, because he's a dude that you can put all over the football field. He's going to make something happen. What a game, man. Well played.
The hurdle, even though illegal, was one of my favorite plays of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
And the 2-point conversion, but the Kingsburg Vikings are 5-0 thanks to that winning kick. Good night, everybody.